Hello world and welcome to Kerbal Space Program here at Tactical Alex with me, Stimpy. Yay! Just a real short update video. I'm kind of trying out a bunch of mods. You know, as you do, you install all the mods and then the game breaks, and then you take a mod out and then you see if the game works, and then you see if it breaks, and so on and so forth. That's basically the way it goes. So I got tons of mods installed here. Game runs kind of like a turd at the moment. I think I've just uninstalled. Yeah, I've just uninstalled Raster Prop Monitor. That's the one that puts all the nice displays in the cockpits. It's unfortunate. It's one of my favorite mods, but internal cockpit views are one of the most intense pieces of the game that has also the smallest impact, because most people spend their time outside of that. So it is unfortunate, but it's what we have to do. At the moment, I'm actually recording in 30 frames right now in the VAB. Outside, that'll drop a fair bit. Oh, that was about 25 there when I spoke, but then up to 40. Weird little pulses. When the vehicles go by, it all changes. Goes up, then goes down. Crazy. But we have got, just as a quick overview. By the way, when I say a parts pack, not all of the parts of that pack are here. I actually go through and delete the parts that I don't use to save space. So we've got Tantaries, which is a beautiful parts pack which allows you to recreate most Russian spacecraft, the LK Lander, Mir space station, Soyuz, Progress, the TKS, Salyut, that sort of thing. Beautiful pack. I love Soviet spaceships. Their designs are beautiful. The TKS is a beautiful piece of engineering. Like, just looks. It looks like some kind of hummingbird to me, and I like that. We also got RLA stock alike, which is one of the best parts pack there is, but it does add a lot of parts. So we've got tons of probe cores. Most of these ones down here are RLA stock alike. That's a Tantaries, I think. Or that could be stock alike, because stock alike also adds a sort of not Soyuz parts in their own little way. Those are definitely Tantaries. These interesting parts like this. It's quite nice. Quite nice indeed. We've got both the Kerbal attachment system and the Kerbal inventory system. So, you know, Kerbals can get out and perform various, bits and bobs. Like you can have crates of parts. It's almost like an expansion on the idea of Kerbal attachment system, but they're both good and they can be used together really well. We also have Dang It installed, which doesn't really see here, but well, I can show you at least one small demonstration. If we right click here, it says spare parts. We've got 10 spare parts aboard the command pod here. Dang It adds random failures, so things can break, and they take a generic cost to repair via a Kerbal, such as it's just called spare parts. A lot of people probably don't like them. I like the mod a lot. Last time I was playing with it, for instance, I had a really fancy orbiter I'd made with like a hollow internal containment, and all of the components were in one of those hollow cylinders inside. And I had a leak in one of the monopropellant tanks, and unfortunately we couldn't fix it. So I just I locked the other tanks and let it bleed through, then closed that tank. So because I built it with like 6 small tiny tanks, we'd bled out of one. The mission went ahead fine, but it's for me, it creates emergent gameplay, and I can dig that. I can dig that a lot. Anything else cool? Tons of fuel tanks. This is something I'm gonna have to sort out. I think you can get a mod which allows you to right click and change what is in the fuel tank. Not just like this is a monopropellant tank, but if I wanted to put any fuel in, well, basically in my game in here, I could just like switch through the buttons on it. I think that's a mod you can get. I'm going to look for that, because I do not need all these 2 pages of fuel tanks. In fact, if I could get this down to 1/2 of one page, there will be a significant decrease in parts. Especially since I have... obviously not for that part, that's a RLA Stockalite part, so that doesn't have twig scale, which is unfortunate, but as you can see, I do have twig scale. So, twig scale's a thing, and it can save you a lot of hassle and a lot of part count. So, it's definitely got something to happen. Definitely got something to happen. Good English there, good English, but yeah. Don't need some of these parts. I'm pretty sure I got rid of that part, but okay. Some other parts that are just kind of thrown in. Flags. Back in the day before flags were on these things, you had to use parts. Yeah, parts. But they're great, they're handy. There's of course the Kerbal attachment system, various clamps and whatnot. Stock has a ton of new parts in. We've got hull cam. Is that hull cam? Yep. The hull cam mod, VDS hull cam. Always a must for me, because I like the RP value of having it on probes. Anyone remember the old campaign when I used to put the old probes on the moon, take pictures? Good fun. Wow, that's quite interesting, isn't it? We might be able to do something like that. Make it blend a bit better. What's that? Ah, that's a container. That's a big one. But look, we can scale it down. They probably do have the right scale as well, but you know what? Whatever. Look, doesn't need to be. And oh wait, no, that's yeah. This is the Kerbal inventory system, I guess. And you can store stuff in there. You can store all sorts of stuff in there. Can't quite remember how to store parts in there. I think maybe can I do that? No. I'll have to learn these things again. You can set the name. Interesting. To learn to do it again. We've got TAC Life support and the TAC Life support retexture. Can you attach them, please? Just makes them a bit more serious textures. Matches in with the other parts, which is nice. What else? A couple of science packs, Tarsia, I think, space parts, and the other one I can never remember, which is like rover parts, which is nice. You know, I like a good bit of science. Universal storage parts. I don't seem to be able to get rid of these parts. I think they came with another mod and I'm looking in the right folder. But I got universal storage just for the Kerbal EVA pack, which I cannot see. Where is it? Where is it? Ah, here it is. The universal storage EVAx. The EVAx. Basically, using Kerbal attachment system, the Kerbal can pick this part up, and it has food, water, oxygen, and electricity. Because it can pick it up and put it on its back, this actually turns into a really nice backpack on the Kerbal, and it extends his roaming capability while on EVA. And I'm big about all the RP and immersion sort of stuff. Well, that's a big solar panel. Yeah. What else we got? That's most of it for kind of parts. We've also got the old Kerbal engineering system, of course, the coronal vessel viewer, which is not necessary, but it's delicious for creating sort of isometric, orthographic, whatever, blow up pictures, diagrams of your vehicles, and it's a really nice way of preserving a historical record of your missions. If you whack the resolution right up like it's here, and then you hit the take a picture button, that button, the game can freeze for a good 5 minutes. But don't worry, I haven't had a crash yet from Coronal Vessel Viewer. And we of course have got this one down here, which is Ubiozer Welding. This is actually out of date, this mod. Oh wait, oh no, this is the continued one. I did find a continued one. 1.5. Basically, you can take an assembly of parts like this. Do some little drop down here kind of thing, like that, and then let's put those two together. I don't know. Oh no, that's welding the whole thing. But basically, you can combine the parts to lower the part count. It's not as simple as that. Like, certain problems can occur, like say you had lights on it, only one light would work. So it can, because it can only register one turn light on option, that kind of deal. But it's a great way of bringing down the part count. RCS build aid, which I can't really demonstrate to you other than it adds your center of mass, center of thrust, center of lift kind of deal, but for RCS. Beautiful way of balancing. Kerbal alarm clock, always helpful. Transfer window planner for in space. And oh, we have an engineer report as well. I guess that's Kerbal Engineer Redux giving us that. That's new. Design checklist. Show severity. Nothing to report. Nothing to see either. That's funny. I like that. Nice. Speaking of which, just we will show off that EVAx pod while we're here. Was in utility. Oh yeah, we also got, there we go, Infernal Robotics or whatever they call it. Smoke Industries, something or other, blah blah blah. Changed its name. But yeah, that gets its own tab now, robotic parts, which is cool. And EVI items, which are all sorts of little propellant tanks, that kind of stuff. A manual. Harpoon, wrench. This is a short video today of me rambling while I get this sorted. I'd like to be able to give you something good for KSP, but right now I'm just I'm getting the mod set up nice and cushy. The game is not to the point of where I consider it to be nice. I'm having to run it in the old OpenGL mode, and I'm going to meet you guys on the launch pad. Alright, here we are. Jebediah's going to come out of the pod here, demonstrate. This is the first time I test it, but replace the battery. I should be able to get a grab key. Is Kerbal attachment system not working? I can replace the battery. I need one spare part. I can inspect it. I can repair the insulation. Huh. Bill's inventory. Huh. I can take the spares out. I can turn the lights on. Oh, nice. Lights. Like every command pod except for stock has. Okay, I should be able to grab that and take it, but we got any? What have we got up here? Oh, stop clicking on that. What are these? Yeah, we've got Planet Shine installed. We got Scan Set as well. That's oh wow, that's posh now, isn't it? Chatterer, just in case we want to annoy ourselves. The alternate resource panel, which is sexy as hell and so much easier to read. Love it. What's that button? Distant object enhancement, of course. Tons of buttons. We've also got fuse box installed. Power management mod. Lovely. That's all the scan set buttons. I said tack. Distant object. Right. And let's just go to the map view. And environmental visual enhancements. Is that not awesome? Is that not nice? Beautiful. And if I cycle through, if I remember how. Oh, that's time warp. One of these buttons isn't like the other. One of these buttons cycles through planets and things. Okay, I thought it was brackets. Well, anyway. Basically, to get to the point, there's Paul and Jewel and everything. There's Sarnus. Oh look, there's Erlem, Naden, and Plock, and whatever the hell else is around Plock. Oh, look at that. Tiny Rock. Karen. We've got the Outer Planets mod. Isn't that nice? Outer Planets mod. Crazy new stuff to go visit. I think a couple of... yeah, look at that. Isn't she nice? Don't you want to just go visit that? Try and fly on it maybe? In the atmosphere? It's a gas giant. Who knows what we can do. Tal and Wow. Wow, that looks interesting. And you know what? I don't see anybody visiting these planets. Like I haven't seen any videos of people going and landing on these places. So that's definitely something I want to do. I've been there. You can hear my mouse wheel do when I do that. It's crazy. Obviously, I got to fix a bunch of stuff. Case in point being this Kerbal attachment system problem. So how the hell do I get in the cockpit? Oh, like that. This is a rather bijou cockpit. It's obviously based on Gemini, but I really like it. Not sure what's going on out of that. Oh, that's just a panel, isn't it? There's the window. I'm an idiot. Can I click on the... I can. You can't really see Jack. Fine. Right, I think that's about it. Just a kind of a brief update. He said brief, he says. It's probably like 20 minutes of random babbling. Although I'm hoping to keep it to under 10 minutes. So that's it from me. We're going to have Space Engineers on Sunday. I've got an idea for a fighter to build. So I'll try and use a gravity drive. But I'll keep working on the KSP, trying to get it to a playable state. I'm kind of bobbing around 1920 frames right now like this, so there's definitely a bit to go. If it comes push to shove, I'm going to switch out environmental visual effects with... what's the other one? I can't remember the other one, but there's another one which is sort of supposedly less intense if you use an alternate config, but it still makes things look nice. I think it might be some astronomers, something or other. Anyway, that's it from me, Stimpy at Tactical Relax, and here at with Kerbal Space Program. Jebediah and Bill, say goodbye. They're not going to say goodbye. They're too busy doing paperwork because they're serious astronauts. Bye!